What's going on, guys? Y'all, it is, I don't even know what time it is. It's getting dark early now. I'm on my way to get some gas for this car, and I figured why not stop and talk to you guys. Do a quick chit chat. Oh, 6:42. So I'm on my way to get some gas, but I wanted to stop and talk to y'all real quick about some things I've seen on these YouTube streets, is so y'all say. So let me just say this. I'm talking about Rita, and I'm not gonna call her the baddest roaster, because I don't think Rita's the baddest roaster. I think Rita is the most offensive I've seen. That's what I think she is. That's what I believe she is. There's a young lady that I watch consistently, and I do go in her chats and say things, but this young lady is Ask April. Ask April was very loyal to Rita. And I just was, Rita would come into Ask April's chat, and I'd be like, stand down, don't say nothing to her. Because you don't agree with how she represents herself. It is not your place to be in this woman's chat talking about your opinions, because you need to respect her. You need to respect her platform. So whenever Rita would come into that platform, whenever Rita would come into Ask April's chat, I wouldn't say nothing to her. I wouldn't speak to her. I was just like, Because I watched how she moved, and I was watching how she was just constantly turning on people. And I didn't understand why she would turn on these people. Just all of a sudden out the blue, she'd be turning on people. I'm like, she doing this for clicks and views and cash apps and super chats. And it's almost like she feels like the more offensive she is, the more money she gets. And what I don't understand is people who encourage her behavior. Because I'm in there looking at their moral compass like, who are you as people? I read the chat a lot. And they'll be like, telling Rita, yeah, the crew, and I'm like, wow. Like, y'all encouraging this? Y'all are literally encouraging her to conduct herself like this. I've never found anything that Rita has done funny. Not one thing. I found it offensive. I found it malicious. And I found it, at times, inappropriate. That's what I found. I don't know Rita, and I only know what Rita chooses to put on camera. So I can only talk about what Rita chooses to put on camera. I don't have to go behind the scenes to find out who Rita is. Rita exposes herself every time she comes on that camera. Let me just say this. There's something that Rita did. She was on there talking about somebody. Well, she was talking about Ask April. And she was like, with your this and this. And I'm like, how's she talking about anybody's body? How can you talk about how somebody's body look? Now, I'm a big girl. I'm a curvy girl. So I'm not going to go attack another curvy girl because our curves are shaped differently. Let me just say this. When Rita lift her arms up, she got all this stuff hanging here. But what I've never understood is when she do this, it goes from here to hanging here. If Rita do like this, Rita have all this loose skin hanging. When Rita do this, she got all this skin hanging up here. But then she gonna go talk about somebody's body. Now, I'm not gonna say that she has the worst body, but she don't have a body type that where she could walk around talking about people. None of us do. Have you ever heard about body shaming? It ain't cute. That's why I say I don't find anything she does or says funny. I find it offensive, inappropriate, and malicious. Recently, she went after this gentleman named Nep. Let me start with Nep. Nep evidently had a mental breakdown. I don't know this gentleman. I only watched him on other people's panels. I don't even know how to get to Nep's channel, to be honest. However, this gentleman had a mental breakdown, and Rita thought it was funny to go in there and talk about suicide as a joke. How is that a joke? How is somebody having a mental breakdown a joke? What Rita doesn't understand is when she calls herself roasting these people, she's not only offending that person, she could be offending an entire community. How many people was watching her that knew somebody or was associated or affiliated with somebody who actually committed suicide? So let this be a teachable moment. You got to be careful what you say and what you do, because you don't know there's no way in the world Rita know her entire audience. What she sees is dollar signs when she sees the numbers go up. But is she careful not to offend the people that have chosen to support her? No, she's not. She's very reckless. And that's why I don't find anything that she does funny. And I'm going to show y'all how she thought this mess was funny. Hold on. Take a look at this. This is not funny. This is not funny. It's not cute. And people that in her chat that was egging her on to do this or encouraging this behavior, I look at you and your moral compass. How is that funny? How is that funny? I need somebody somebody in the crew tell me how that's funny. Cause I want to know. Cause I didn't find it funny. You don't know who could come across this and say, man, I attempted suicide and I came through that dark place in my life and this person is laughing at this? How about somebody saying, my father took his life. My mother took their life. My brother, my sister, my cousin, my best friend. And this broad think it's funny. How is it funny? It talks about you and your character as a person or woman, and quite frankly, as somebody who's raising people. What are you going to teach these people? And I'm not talking about your children. Let's be clear. I'm talking about you and your integrity and your character. So let's not get it twisted. Moving on, still with Rita. Then she goes to the gentleman named QB. I've never visited QB's channel. I don't know who QB of the Midwest is. But when I heard her talk about his spouse dying, she don't know this man personally, but she throwing out allegations like, oh, he got HIV status and his husband died of this status. Just being malicious. Just being ugly. Because she was encouraged to do so. How is that cute? I need to understand. How is it cute? How many people in your chat are HIV positive? Do you know that? How many people in your chat have somebody that have died from that disease? How many people in your chat are affected some form or fashion by that? How many people in your chat work in the healthcare industry and see how that disease can devastate families? But it's funny to you. But it's funny. It's funny. Did you get a super chat off that laugh? Did you get a super chat? Did you get a cash app for being offensive to a community?
That I'm supposed to be embarrassed about. What's more embarrassing than your motherfucking ass sitting on here with full-blown motherfucking AIDS? Are you fucking crazy, nigga? I'm about to eat your dumb ass up on this bitch. You fucking filled up with motherfucking AIDS-infested trash, bug-ass, motherfucking face-ass nigga.
Rita brung a scale on camera, flipped the phone down, and her table was dirty, and somebody said it was crack particles or something, and she went, her response to that was to go get this little scale and put it on camera, said, if I was selling it, I have people lined up at the door, you got some money on it and I'll sell it, and I'm a hustler out here. Meanwhile, people have been calling CPS on her. Now she's sitting on camera talking about how she would deal drugs.
I got some grams too. Anybody, bring them here. I'll break them bitches down on my scale here, bow them up, yeah, and get rid of that motherfucking ass man, hey? An ultimate mother to do whatever the fuck I gotta do to take care of mine, yeah? Come up in this motherfucker and assault me about crack. Here, you right. You got some? Cause I sell this motherfucker out around this motherfucker, yeah?
This girl has no moral compass about herself. She has no insight. She opens her mouth and shit just comes out. She don't think about what she say. She just say it. When she did, I was like, girl, you a mother. What are you talking about? You would sell dope. What are you doing? What are you do? Why would you do that on camera? Why would you say that on camera? Let me just say this. This is going to be covered by the Fair Use Act. Okay, so it's put on their public platform. I'm discussing it. I'm offering my commentary and my opinion based on what they put on their public platform. I need somebody in the crew to tell me, why would you encourage this behavior from a mother? Why would you think it's cute? All right, I didn't talk 12 minutes about Rita. Let's move on to Treecey. Sean Bradley took down his platform, and I guess he wanted to reformat it. And he came back and he was doing some commentary on something. I really don't watch Sean either. And Treecey called in, and he picked up the phone like he didn't realize she was gonna call in. But he picked up the phone, and Treecey slipped and said she would dox somebody. Treecey said that on a live. Treecey is very malicious. She plays this little innocent role. And this girl is calculating. And let me tell you what she reminds me of. She reminds me of one of those females that would go in the bathroom, beat themselves up, and come out and say their boyfriend did it, and had the boyfriend locked up because he wasn't doing what she wanted him to do. That's what Treecey reminds me of. Treecey reminds me of a woman who's very calculating and very malicious in her intent.
Going, who the fuck said they doxed him yet? I haven't doxed him yet, so I'm like, what the fuck is he? I'm gonna say that anything goes. Okay, if I can be stopped, you can be doxed. How's that? Uh-huh. Oh yeah. How's that? Uh-huh.
Treecey will lie to get the attention that she wants. And in that lie, there will be collateral damage. Treecey doesn't care how she affects others. She doesn't. And she's talking about doxing somebody like if it's the thing to do. And again, let me just talk to the people in her chat. Why would you encourage that behavior? Why would you encourage that behavior? Treecey is very malicious. She's calculating, and she has no moral compass about herself. Treecey is like the girl who cried wolf to get attention. She likes to stay in victim mode. That's what I can see of her, y'all. Let me turn the light on. Chocolate girl. Hold on. Let me turn this car on, because... Let me turn this car on. Treecey likes to play victim, but she plays victim to circumstances that she creates. Let me just say that. She plays victim to circumstances she creates. I could not believe this girl said on the live that she was willing to... I didn't dox him yet. She got caught in a moment. She wasn't able to think faster than she was talking, and she got caught. That's actually what happened. If these two women looked at the algorithm of their platform and the prolificity of their choices, I wonder would they change anything that they did. I'm gonna say probably not, because I don't think either of them have insight. Do you guys think if they sat back and analyzed the algorithm of their platform, would they change? I'm gonna say probably not, because in order to do that, you have to have some insight. You have to take some responsibility and some ownership. And from what I've seen from both of these women, they don't, they won't, and they will not ever take a look at what they're doing. They only look at what people do to them, which is the definition of a narcissist, or a sociopath, or a psychopath. They don't care how they make others feel. They only care how others make them feel, which is a sad case. It's a sad situation. I'm going to bet they're going to continue to make people uncomfortable, be offensive and inappropriate, and find it laughing at all. And that's what it is. They have people in their chats encouraging the behavior. Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get some gas because I didn't talk to y'all until it's 7:05. Yeah, I'm gonna take my butt in the house. And if you listen to them and you understand, think about this as their supporters. Just think about this. What are you supporting? Not who are you supporting, but what are you supporting? That's the bigger question. I'll talk to you guys later because I got to go get some gas. Lift the steering wheel back up. All right, guys, till next time. We're keeping up with Daz.